Listen, with the way things are going and the way we use credit cards and ATM machines, did you ever wonder what the future of money really is? Well, we're going to talk this morning with the Executive Dean at the University of Phoenix, Dennis Bonilla, who's going to kind of walk us through what he envisions as the future of money. Good morning, Dennis. How are you?
Good morning, Linda. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you. Let's talk about this a little bit. What are your feelings about this?
Well, you know, money in a digital form is really being adopted quite widely. You know, sometimes what you'll hear is the term digital wallets. And, you know, this is really just a digital representation of what you normally would carry in your physical wallet. So it contains your credit card information, it contains your identification information, possibly some passport, some loyalty programs, some membership programs. And what you're doing is you're exchanging the need for carrying cash, credit cards, or checks for the ability to make your payments on transactions through this digital wallet or this digital mobile payment system. And it could be, you know, your smartphone, it could be your smartwatch, it could be your tablet device. You know, the manufacturers of the phones, the technology companies, banking companies, loyalty companies, they all have applications and platforms that enable you to be able to utilize mobile payments on a digital platform versus physical payments through credit cards or cash. And what we're seeing, we just conducted a survey at the University of Phoenix, is that 1 out of every 5 Americans over the last year has actually conducted a transaction using digital payment. So they're changing the way people are buying, they're changing the way people are consuming goods, and it's constantly increasing.
I would imagine, Dennis, it's the young people who are leading the older people here. There's a lot of us who feel more secure with some dollars in our wallet, but once you get into the idea, I mean, even our vending machines are taking our cards these days. It's a tremendous service. Are people willing to pay a fee to have this convenience?
Well, you know, what's interesting is the fees that are charged for these transactions are not any more than you would normally pay, or sometimes in many cases less than what you would pay utilizing the normal credit card or other means. So, you know, the fee really is sort of transparent to the consumer. It's really the simplicity, the convenience, the security of the transaction, the ability to encrypt the transaction, to not have to expose your credit card or your PIN number physically while you're in the retail store or in the restaurant actually conducting the transaction. So although, you know, it seems like it's a little bit more precarious, the reality is very safe and secure and very simple and convenient for the consumer.
And Dennis, I have to ask, do you actually see a time where we actually won't have currency anymore and we'll just use the digital concept of money?
Well, I think, you know, that'll depend on where you live and what the conveniences are. I think big urban centers and big, you know, locations where retailers have really adopted this practice, I think you'll see it more and more. Will money ever totally disappear as an actual asset, a physical asset? Probably not, but it will be slightly small in scale as compared to the digital transactions, because everything is moving to a platform where these digital transactions are so simple and convenient and so customer-centric and provide a great experience that people will naturally migrate to that, especially if they feel their information and these transactions are safer than doing credit cards or other transactions, or having your credit card lost or stolen or your cash stolen.
Just think, our piggy banks will be antiques. Dennis Bonilla from the University of Phoenix, thank you so much. That's enlightening this morning. We're going to take a break and be right back. Just something to think about, the future of money. Will it be here in even 10 years?